for my brother Hippy. He was a special person who inspired many people in Australia and South Korea. He was a true hippie who loved everyone except bosses. He was always there when you needed him. Whenever I felt down, I'd get on my bike and go and see him in Portland. He listened to my problems and helped me to recover my strength. We worked, lived and partied together and had some great times. His love and respect for people touched everyone he met. He loved the ETU and was a proud shop steward and activist for over 20 years. From the Portland smelter to the casino to Port Campbell and many jobs in between, he did his union proud. An ETU flag flew from his flagpole at his house, and Gumby put it up after he died, went back and put it up at full mast, not at half mast. At Port Campbell, the bosses hired in non-union labour from South Australia. Hippy worked with him in the trenches, pulling cables and gained their trust. Not only did he join them up into the ETU Victorian branch, but he turned them into trade unionists. He turned many members into trade unionists all his life, and his shed in Portland is full of union memorabilia. I took him to 2 trips to South Korea to recharge his batteries after a long and bruising campaign at Port Campbell. Our first visit, we went to a memorial celebration for an electrician who gave his life for his union. He was tired in a new country, but when he got on stage with a black headband and made a speech for our dead comrade from Korea. In the speech, he opened his jacket and showed the Aussie touch one, touch all, and told them what it meant. To touch one union member is to touch all union members. When it was translated to the crowd, they yelled Tajang, which is struggle, which is what they do. I have 2 emails from Korea to read to you. One's from the construction union for that first speech he made, and the second one's from my brother Reverend Jang from the Migrant Trade Union. Dear comrade Hoggy, John Cleary and the family of Hippy, it is with deep sadness and sorrow that we, your family at APWSL Korea, learn of the passing of our beloved comrade Hippy. With his 2 times visitation in Korea, we felt his deep compassion to the working class and his simple struggle for justice and peace. He is so simple and approachable. He is truly a man of principle, and that is why Comrade Hippy is a heroine not only to Australian workers but to workers all around the world. We know we are in deep sadness and loneliness, but let those be turned into happiness and joyfulness, because he has just fulfilled his material dedication on earth, but his spirit and principle will be alive forever, and we will carry those onward to the working class till the time there will be no classes. That's from Reverend Jang. The second one's from the construction union. I come around the wrong way. Cherishing the memory of Australian electrician Comrade Hippy. We cannot stop our deep sadness and sorrow about the sudden death of our comrade. We remember you, Comrade Hippy, when you visited Korea. You gave deep solidarity to Korean workers who struggle with passion for the trade union movement. You left our side at an age where you could have done so many more activities. We will remember your devoted love to workers deep in our heart. We sincerely wish we could run there to confirm our comrade's breathing. Even from a remote place, we hope his soul is in a good place. By collecting the hearts of Korean construction workers, we would like to speak comforting words from the bottom of our hearts to your family and workers, always being with you. Rest in peace, our comrade, Hyun Nam Gung, President, Korean Federation of Construction Industry Trade Unions. The migrant trade union in Korea have the worst paid jobs like everywhere in the world. They don't get paid, they get harassed, bashed, deported. Sometimes they don't get paid for months. They have no workers' comp. And our comrade Reverend Jang and his wife Reverend O look after the children of the migrant workers. The first time we went over there, Jane got a whole lot of clothes, old clothes for the migrant workers' children. Sometimes the migrant workers get killed at work and their children are stateless. They're not even supposed to be in the country, so they're looked after. So Hippy said he'd like to send some money to the kids for Christmas. So at some stage of the day I'd like to form a resolution about anyone that's getting money from the ETU for this thing that doesn't really need it. We'd love to send it over to the kids in Korea. If his family needs a bit of money, we'll give them to them, but he'd like a whole lot of money to go over to those kids, and believe me, they got nothing. So, and our friend that's over here that this union's already met the other day, Sung Ho Park, said to me the other day after Hippy's passing, Uh, that South Koreans believe a person still lives while he's in people's hearts, and I believe it too. Vale, Hippy, Graham, Dunsmuir, brother, trade unionist, friend, confidant, teacher, he lives forever in my heart. Tajang! Thank you.
Hippy was a great bloke. I'll back Hoggy up. He was a wonderful unionist, and Dave and all, Brendan all knew that he was a gentle man, a gentle unionist, and he didn't harbour hatred, but he certainly didn't like bad bosses. Mad Collingwood supporter, as they all are, and I'll miss him, and he was a great contributor to the union, and I would ask that we have outstanding for a minute's silence for Graham. Thanks, comrades.